Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel Maths Guide. After a series of lectures on fractions, now I welcome you all to exciting journey in the world of geometry. Whether you are the beginner or just looking to master those tricky shapes and angles, you have come to the right place. In this video, we will make geometry fun and easy with clear explanations and real-life examples. Get ready to unlock the secrets behind the shapes around you. Let's dive in. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. And remember, these lectures are for grade 4 students, teachers, and parents. Our today's topic is parallel and non-parallel lines. But before moving on to the main topic, we must know what is geometry. A geometry is a study of shapes and space. It helps us understand things like lines, angles, circles, and other shapes we see around us. It also looks at how these shapes fit together and how they change when we move or turn them. Geometry is used in everyday life, like in building houses, designing objects, and even in nature. In geometry, a point is a basic concept that represents an exact location or position in space. It has no size, shape, or dimensions, just a specific position. You can think of it as a tiny dot that marks a spot on a line, surface, or in space. Points are usually labeled with capital letters like A, B, C, as you can see here. In geometry, a line is a straight path that extends endlessly in both directions. It has no thickness and is made up of an infinite number of points. Line is drawn with arrows on both ends to show that it goes on forever. There are different types of lines which can be distinguished easily on the basis of their unique properties. First is horizontal line. It is a straight line that runs left to right. Then we have a vertical line. It is a straight line that runs up and down, perpendicular to the ground. Then a curved line is a line that bends or curves and doesn't follow the straight path. It changes direction gradually, like an arc of a circle over a wavy line. Here are some examples of shapes which are formed with these horizontal, vertical, curved or diagonal lines. For example, here squares and rectangles are formed with horizontal and vertical lines. A circle is formed with a curved line. Rhombus and triangle, they are also formed with a straight, diagonal, horizontal or vertical lines. If we talk about horizontal or vertical lines, we mean single line, whether horizontal or vertical. But if we talk about parallel and non-parallel lines, we mean two lines. So, two lines are said to be parallel if they do not intersect at any point and they are equidistant. Now look at these two lines. They are parallel because they are straight lines. They are moving in the same direction. They will never touch or intersect each other because they are going in the straight way direction. And the distance between them is always same. Take another example. The distance between these two lines vary. So they are non-parallel lines. And in these lines, first line is parallel to the second line and second line is parallel to the third line, irrespective of their size. Non-parallel lines are lines that are not the same distance apart and do not run in the same direction. They eventually intersect or cross each other at some point, meaning they are not equidistant at all points like parallel lines. These lines can meet at different angles depending on their directions. If two non-parallel lines cross, they form an intersection point. Just like these lines have intersection point. Perpendicular lines are lines that cross each other at right angle, which means they form a 90-degree angle where they meet. You can think of a letter T or a plus sign as examples of perpendicular lines. A corner or a piece of paper, the edges meet at 90-degree angle, making them perpendicular. A street crossing another street at a perfect right angle, like a crossroads, are some examples of perpendicular lines. When non-parallel lines intersect each other, they are called intersecting lines. They meet or cross at a single point. When two lines intersect, they form angles at the point of intersection, and depending on their orientation, they can form different types of angles such as acute, obtuse, or right angles. The point where the lines intersect is known as point of intersection. Here, point of intersection is denoted by this red mark. A line segment is a part of a line that has two definite endpoints. It does not go on forever. It starts at one point and ends at another. You can measure the length of a line segment because it is finite. A ray is a part of a line that starts at one point and goes on forever in one direction. It has a starting point called the endpoint, but it doesn't stop in the other direction, it keeps going. You can't measure the length of ray because it's infinite in one direction. Here are some real-life examples we see around us regarding parallel lines. Just like railway tracks, buildings, power lines, highways, windows, sports fields, and a door. They are made up of horizontal parallel lines or vertical parallel lines. In this lecture, we covered about the foundation of geometry. Like we talked about a point that it doesn't have any length, width, shape or size. And line segment has two distinct points. A line is extended to both directions infinitely. Parallel lines do not intersect each other and always go to the same direction. And the distance between the parallel lines is always same. The lines that intersect each other at 90 degrees are known as perpendicular lines. And a ray has only one endpoint. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to Maths Guide, and my lecture 2 in geometry will be about circle and its parts.